Welcome back to the Drone Camps channel. Today I have breaking news of the DJI drone ban in the United States. It seems that the bill has passed the House, so it was up for talks, it was up for negotiations, they rehashed it, it was sent back to the House by the Senate, and now if we look on the page for HR 2864, Countering CCP Drones Act, you see that if you refresh this page, it has now passed the House. So sponsor of this bill was Republican Stefanik Elise, Republican of New York. It was issued on 4/25/2023. So this bill has long since been in action. It was first introduced then, passed, and now it has to go on and pass the Senate at this point. So we saw an article pop up just today on Drone DJ, and it says House votes on the ban of sale of future DJI drones in the United States. So it seems that sadly we are kind of heading down a slippery slope for DJI future sales of new DJI drones to be allowed in the United States. Now, it does say in here that they have approved this bill to ban the operation of new DJI drones from Chinese manufacturer DJI in the United States. Now, again, it still requires approval from the Senate, so the bill is not final yet. It is not law at this point. And currently, the federal government doesn't allow funding for current purchase of DJI drones for federal use. But it seems like they don't want you to fly these drones either, under the threat of national security. Now, if this bill passes the Senate, it does not affect the current drone that you own if it was manufactured by DJI, nor the sale of that drone. It will only impact new and future versions of DJI drone sales and use in the United States. And we see here in this article that Representative Frank Pallone, the leading Democrat on the House Energy and Commerce Committee, emphasizes that the bill aims to safeguard U.S. infrastructure from potential risks posed by future DJI products. With this action, Congress will ensure that future versions of DJI drones cannot be imported, marketed, or sold in the United States. And now we're going to take a look at his Twitter page, otherwise known as X, and you can see what he said right here on the page.
In the last few months, we've seen reports that hacking groups linked to China, Russia, North Korea, and Iran are gaining access to our communications networks to conduct surveillance, collect massive amounts of data, and manipulate our elections. And because of this, there's a real risk that the information that they collect could be used to launch cyber attacks on our critical infrastructure and undermine our democratic values of free speech and expression, as well as civil and human rights. But fortunately, Congress has acted with strong bipartisan support to bolster the defense of our communications networks. My bipartisan Secure and Trusted Communications Networks Act, which became law in 2020, established a list of equipment and services that pose a national security risk and prevent their use in our communications networks. And HR 2864 builds on that bipartisan work by adding the telecommunications and video surveillance equipment and services provided by so-called DJI technologies, better recognized as the equipment and services used in their drones, to the Federal Communications Commission's covered list. With this action, Congress will ensure that future versions of DJI drones cannot be imported, marketed, or sold in the United States.
So there you have it. I'll post the link down below if you'd like to share or respond to this post by Representative Frank Pallone. And they go on to say concerns over national security have driven lawmakers to push for stricter regulations against Chinese-made technology, including DJI drones. U.S. officials have long speculated that DJI devices could pose risks due to the potential data accessed by the Chinese government. But DJI has been denying these allegations, and they've gone on to say that, to be clear, while critics have propagated a multi-year political campaign alleging security issues with DJI drones, third-party audits and end-user testimony have reflected otherwise, DJI says. DJI is criticizing the measure, stating that it restricts U.S. drone operators' ability to choose the best equipment for their needs. DJI has been the drone of choice for public safety in the U.S. for years, and with good reason. And over 6,000 agencies in the United States have since formed a coalition against this DJI drone ban. Reliability and robustness of DJI's drone platforms have helped numerous public safety agencies save lives and first responders safe. Losing access to the best equipment available in the market means losing access to critical situational awareness in all forms of high-stakes situation, risking American lives. And yes, DJI does dominate the US market currently in drone sales, in consumer, first responders, and the infrastructure market, as well as the agricultural market. And believe me, since these videos have been coming out with this news, we have received lots of comments from people that work in the agricultural industry telling us how much this will actually affect their farming practices and procedures and put a major slowdown on their production. And in addition to the DJI ban, lawmakers have also introduced measures to limit purchases of Chinese batteries by the Department of Homeland Security, which is just another extension of the federal Chinese drone ban. But for now, what we have to do is sit back and wait and see what is going to happen with the Senate for the vote. Hopefully sometime this year we'll find out what the next step in this measure is, and hopefully it's not a total ban on purchasing new DJI drones in the United States. So buckle your seatbelt, DJI users, it's about to get bumpy. Thanks again for watching the latest drone news. If you would like to see more drone news, reviews, and tutorials, be sure to click subscribe and like this video to make it rise up in the algorithm, because we all know that YouTube just doesn't like drone videos these days. So I would appreciate that, and cross your fingers that DJI doesn't get banned in the United States, guys. I'll see you on the next one.